Stitchers, your girl Kris here, and this is my little corner of the internet where I feel free and safe to obsess over sewing. So if you're new here, then I'm happy that you have discovered me, and I'm hoping that you will stick along for the long haul. If you are a returning viewer, then thank you so much for coming back and spending time here with me on my channel. So for today's video, I actually have a sewing plan that I want to share with you guys. So for the last couple of days or so, I have been bobbing and weaving over what it is that I might want to sew next. But I finally think I have an idea. And it all started with this fabric, or these fabrics, should I say. So I showed you these fabrics during an Ankara unboxing just a couple weeks ago. If you missed it, I'll go ahead and drop the link in so that you can go back and see all the beautiful Ankara fabrics that I unboxed from a Freak clothing store. Now, I really love these black and white prints, and for some reason, I thought I could make a look where I could feature both of these prints together. And I think I have the perfect pattern. Now, I didn't want to overwhelm the look with the fabrics because obviously, even though they're both black and white, they're both pretty bold fabrics, at least in my mind. So I didn't want it to be too overwhelming of a look. But I found the Delphina Dress pattern by the Petite Dress Maker, and I have followed her on YouTube, not on YouTube. I have followed her on Instagram, I beg your pardon, for quite a while, and I have seen her release some gorgeous looks. Now, a couple of her dress patterns, even though I like them, I sort of shied away from them because the line drawings showed skirt portions that, in my mind, would accentuate my tummy. Now, she's recently released a 3-bundle dress set, and one in particular, I think it's called the Delphina Dress, caught my attention. So I'm just going to put it up here so that I can tell you guys all the information about this pattern. So the Petite Dress Maker is an Australian designer. I think I said that. If I didn't, she is an Australian designer, and I have been following her, as I said, for a long time over on Instagram. Now, the Delphina Dress, she describes it as a loose pullover bodice that has a V neckline on both the front and the back. Now, it has a very unique line drawing at the waistline. It's sort of an empire line, but it's very accentuated, at least in my mind, in a triangular shape, and it has a little frill thing that goes in between the bodice and the waistline, and I think it's sort of like a feature. So my idea for now is to use one of these two fabrics as the main dress, both for the top and the skirt, and just to do the frill feature in the fabric that I didn't use. So for example, if I decided to do the dress in this fabric, then I would use this one for the frill, or vice versa. If I decide to use this one for the dress, then I'd use this one for the frill. I just think that it would be a good opportunity to mix prints without being very overwhelming in its presentation. Now, I've gone ahead and I have printed off the dress pattern in a size G, which best corresponds to my measurements. She does provide both standard height and a petite height, which is amazing for me. Even though I am a standard height, I'm about 5'8" in height, I am very petite from my waistline come up. So I chose to print off the petite bodice in a size letter G, which best corresponds to my bust and my waist and so on. And I have opted for the CD cup. She does also provide 2 cup options, an AB cup and a CD cup. And I have gone with the CD cup because I have a 3-inch difference between my high bust and my bust, which gives me a sewing C cup. Now, I have skimmed through the printing instructions and the leaflet and whatnot. And I think from first glance, she provides like a ton of information on how to go about choosing the right size, the correct sewing cup option, the correct height, and so on, which I find to be an invaluable resource, especially for those of you who might be beginner sewers. So if you are a beginner sewist, you might want to check out her designs, because it seems to me that she provides a lot of information and perhaps a lot of hand holding for those people who may not be so comfortable with fitting and that sort of thing. So kudos to you, the Petite Dress Maker, for your instructions and your guide and whatnot. So that is what my plan is. I'm going to think about it just a little bit more whilst I prep my pattern pieces. I am going to sew a toile of this pattern, just of the bodice, simply because I'm not familiar with her pattern block, and I usually do require quite a few fitting adjustments for my bodice portion when I'm sewing up a dress or a top or something like that. So because I'm unfamiliar with her pattern block, I am going to sew up just a quick toile of the top so that I can see what it looks like. I might film a video that I can share with you guys, you know, the fitting process and some of the construction process and so on, called Behind the Sew. I do like to have that series here on this channel just because I'm hoping that a lot of you are interested not only in the finished garments, but also in the process it takes to get to the finish line. So like I said, this is my newest sewing plan. Let's see if by the time I get to cutting out my fabric, if I can stick to the plan. I have a terrible habit of switching at the last minute, changing my mind, something else speaks to me, and then my project sort of goes kaboom. But let's see if this time, fingers crossed, I can stick to the plan. So if all goes well, I'll hopefully be back sometime soon to share with you either a behind the sew video or to show you my finished garment. So if you like this video, then be sure to go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment down below and let me know what you think of print mixing or print clashing. Are you a fan of it? Have you mastered how to do it? Do you think it's overly loud or obnoxious? Let me know how you feel about it in the comments down below. Now, if you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for sticking with me, and please consider subscribing. You can hit that subscribe icon and turn your notification bell on so you never miss any of my upcoming videos. I say it time and time again, but subscriptions cost you absolutely nothing, and they do guarantee you a spot right here with me in the sewing community here on YouTube. And I just love having you guys here with me in my sewing space. So that's all I wanted to share with you for today. So until next time, stay calm, stay cool, stay safe, and absolutely keep sewing. Peace.